My name's Ocean, and I am doing a lead podcast with my special guest, Day.
Hi.
I should have let you say your name. Sorry.
It's okay.
So yeah, what do you do for can you introduce yourself?
So I own a food truck and a small restaurant, and yeah, that's what I'm doing these days.
Have you ever had a job or been in a situation where communication was really important?
Yeah, well, on my food truck, communication is very important with my team because it's really important that we know when something's sold out, when we know something is taking a little longer to be cooked so that we can relay that information to the customers.
Right. And why do you think communication is important in a workplace?
Because when you communicate with the team, things run more efficiently. And also when you communicate with your customers, then you can learn from your mistakes, learn from the things that work and the things that don't. So communication is really important to run a business.
I agree, because everybody needs to know what's going on.
Yes.
So yeah, definitely communication is important. Have you ever been in a situation where bad communication caused a problem?
I mean, every night when there's an order not being communicated, or maybe we're sold out of something and we took an order for it because the kitchen didn't let the front of the house know, and that can cause a problem when we've already charged the customer or they're just looking forward to something that they're no longer going to get. So definitely communication becomes an issue. Every night it can be almost.
It sounds like they lead to a lot of like disappointed customers.
Yeah, it can if someone's not getting what they want. So for sure, people come with their, as they say, their mouth ready, like they had their mouth fixed for it. So I get it.
Yeah. How did the situation get handled, and what could have been done better?
So usually we apologize to the customer. We offer another option, and we always offer them to get the item that they missed out on for free the next time they come around. So that's how we fix it on that end. As far as with the team, we just try to keep remembering to check in, to remind each other, to have team meetings and talk about it, things that didn't go right that day, so that we can make sure we are staying on topic and staying checking in with each other. Sometimes we forget to do that because we're so caught up in everything that's happening in the busyness of the restaurant that it just happens. It doesn't even, we know we need to, but we're so busy that you forget to relay a message. And sometimes that miscommunication definitely causes a problem. But I think that once we connect with each other and we talk again, that we usually remind ourselves to do that and we fix it.
Yeah, I agree. There's always going to be problems, no matter what.
Yeah, just how you fix them.
Yeah. Do you think how you say something matters more than what you say?
Definitely. Because you can say a lot of things in a way. You can say something that could be really messed up to a person, but you say it in a nice way that it may not come across so messed up. So you can get a lot more with when you have a better delivery than when you don't. Even if you're saying sorry, but if you're saying it really dry, or if you're saying it without any genuineness, then it doesn't matter what you say because, it's how you say it. So for sure, I think how you say it is more important than what you say.
Yeah, I agree, because if somebody says something the wrong way, it can definitely just make the whole delivery wrong.
Yeah.
And everything will be miscommunicated and misunderstood.
Yes, for sure.
Yeah. Have you ever misunderstood someone because of their tone or body language?
Yeah, definitely. My chef, we bump heads a lot because of it's just the heat of the kitchen, and he may be, irritated. Chefs are always like that. They want things to be done right, and sometimes he can just, yell at us and kind of bark at us, but we know it's just in the heat of that moment, and sometimes we probably needed it anyway. So, but definitely.
Yeah. Yep. Everybody's kitchen is run differently, and I know they can be really particular about
Yes.
how things are done.
Yes.
How important do you think active listening is?
Very important, because if you don't actively listen, you're going to get the wrong information, and sometimes that can be life or death, especially in the kitchen, especially for safety.
Yes.
So for sure, actively listening is important.
I agree. And it's a hard thing to do sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
What do you do to show someone you are really listening?
I look at them. I think giving them eye contact is like the number one way to let someone know you're listening. And I repeat back to them what they said, so they also know that I heard what they said. I understood it and I comprehended what they said.
Oh, that's taking an extra step.
I feel like that's just my normal.
Yeah, well, that's cool.
Especially in marriage. Like when you're talking to someone and you're like, okay, so this is what you said. Because sometimes, whether it's work, marriage, just friendships, people say things and they're just in the heat of everything and they don't realize they said that. And also, too, sometimes they say things and they want to make sure you heard them. So I've just trained myself that you said we're talking about something. Okay, I'm going to look at you so you know I'm listening. And if I need to, say it back to you so you know I got it.
Yes, that's a good way to go about it. Because then, you know for sure that what you heard is what they said. Or
Right.
they can correct.
Right.
Right. What do you do to show someone you are really listening? Oh, I already asked you.
Yeah.
Sorry. So communication barriers are another thing. What do you think are the biggest barriers to good communication?
Sometimes it could be a language barrier. Sometimes it can be a person that's kind of set in their ways, for the most part. But I don't really come across too many barriers for communicating. So, but I think those two would probably be the most that stood out to me.
Yeah, I feel like when someone speaks a different language, it's really hard to communicate. Even, if they know a little bit, it can still be hard.
Yes, because things get taken out of context and things like that. So like you don't know the social cues. Yeah.
All of that. Have you ever had a moment where emotions got in the way of communication?
Yeah, because I'm married to my chef. So the emotions can get in the way sometimes of communicating because you get frustrated with each other, but and you work together. And I also think that just being in the kitchen too, and the emotions of wanting everything to come out right and everything to come out quickly can sometimes make it frustrating to communicate with your team.
Yes. Emotions are definitely, they come and they go.
Mm-hmm.
So can't get stuck on them for too long.
Yeah.
What about misunderstandings? How do you usually fix them?
Communicating with the person is really all you can really do. Trying to talk and listening to them, and also communicating what you were feeling or what you were saying, and getting your point across. So listening to them to get their point and also giving yours. I think just talking as much as you can will help a miscommunication.
Yeah, I agree, because you want to get everything out so that they understand everything that you're feeling and thinking.
Yeah.
So, no one can read your mind, for sure. Do you think technology, like texting, can make communication better or worse?
I don't know. I think it does both. I don't really think there's a right or wrong for that, because in a way, it makes people maybe talk less to each other. But in a way, it also helps people who may not be able to talk, or who are too shy to talk, or aren't able to express themselves talking that like they could texting. So I think it's both.
Yeah, that's a good point. Some people just can get their minds together more when they're texting,
Right.
Or maybe it's easier for them to say it because they can't find the words to put
Yes.
it into texting.
Yes, and sometimes it's you you may not be able to communicate through talking with someone because your emotions are high.
Mm-hmm.
So all you're going to do is you both are maybe screaming at each other. Whereas texting, you can't scream at me because I'm getting out what I need to say, you know?
Yeah.
And you can say what you need to say back. You get it out and I got to read it. So, yeah.
Yeah, that's a good way to think about it. What do you think makes communication strong in a team?
Strong with a team?
Yes, like in your workplace, teams.
When everyone's on the same page and in agreement with everything, when everyone has the same goal in mind, communicating is easy because we all know what the goal is.
Yes, that is a good one. Definitely helps when everybody wants to help out towards the same goal.
Yeah.
And everybody understands what's going on.
Exactly.
Yeah. So, have you ever worked with someone who was hard to communicate with?
Yeah. I'm not saying any names, but yeah, there's been some.
And how should managers communicate with employees to build trust?
I think that they should treat them not like their employees or subordinates. I think they should just treat them like they're people and be really understanding, but also be communicative that they understand this is the goal and the expectations of the manager. And I think like when both have the understanding, that the relationship will be good.
I agree because
if you feel like your manager isn't making you feel like, you're their worker, you have a little bit more trust in them, right?
Yeah.
You'll talk to them more. You'll know that they'll lead you and the team like the right way.
Yeah, you'll be more comfortable and trust them more.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Do you think being honest is always the best way to communicate, even if it's hard?
Yes, definitely. Because it's even harder if you lie and then you have to be honest later. So it's better just be honest straight up from the beginning.
Yes, I agree. Because then it's like...
And then it's like, are you even honest now?
Yeah, because then you're... the whole situation, So, real life problem solving. Can you share a time where you had to fix a communication problem?
Well, I can't really think of any directly at mine. Just more so like I said, the main communication problem we would have at work is just when there was an order that somehow got missed or an item sold out and we weren't aware.
Yeah.
That's usually if anything, if I have a miscommunication problem, that's usually what it is. And I think I answered a few questions back what I would do, so.
What did you learn from that situation?
Just to, again, check in with the kitchen more. Sometimes they're too busy to tell me, so the front of the house, we need to make sure we're checking in with them more.
That's a good idea, for sure, because it can definitely get busy for everybody.
Yeah.
So, if you were a manager, how would you handle miscommunication between employees?
Between employees, well, I just have to have some type of mediation with both of them, have a conversation, and see where the miscommunication lied, and then we can move from there.
Right. Okay. Why do you think there is like miscommunications between employees?
Sometimes maybe it can be because everybody's trying to do one job or not doing their job and doing other jobs.
Yeah.
That can happen a lot.
Definitely.
Yeah. I think that would be the main reason why.
Yes, I agree for sure. But yeah, what is one thing you think people should do to improve communication?
Talk to each other.
Oh yeah, we kind of said that question before too.
Oh, we did? Yeah.
I think something.
I think
like
so.
That.
Yeah, I felt like you asked that.
Yeah. So, what advice would you give someone trying to be better at communicating?
Actively listen, not just listen to argue or listen to defend or listen to wait for your turn. Like actively listen to what they're saying, and speak honestly. Really, just like say your honest feelings, because again, it's worse when you have to be honest later. So
Yeah, I agree. What do you learn about communication from your experiences at work and stuff?
What do I learn about it? I just learned that we need it or nothing's gonna run efficiently.
Yeah. So, do you have any advice for somebody that might want to become or be a manager?
Yeah, make sure that you're a person your team can rely on and your team feels safe with and your team feels like you got their back. You have to just generally be that person. And then usually like you'll have some good people and a good team that will want to support you. And again, make sure everyone knows what the goal is and help keep them on it, help lead them and keep them on the goal. And that will definitely make you a great manager. Yeah.
And like hiring people and stuff, how do you think that would be hard for somebody, like with somebody's perception of people, you know?
Well, for hiring someone, that can be tricky because everyone thinks they have their perception of people, right? But when you're hiring someone, you're hiring them to do a job. So, and you want them to mesh with the team. So I think doing a good way to do that is to make sure you have questions that are important to that job and important to what you want for your team. And not necessarily biased. Like just because someone's not super bubbly and talkative doesn't mean they might not be a great person for this job, you know? So I think things like that is what you have to take into consideration when you're hiring someone. What's good for the team, not what's good for you, but what's good for the team.
Yeah, I agree. Because we are not just thinking about what we like, we're thinking about everybody.
Right.
So, do you think working in customer service has made you more patient with people or helped you learn how to communicate more?
Definitely.
Yeah.
Because in customer service, you have to communicate in order to service the customer. And you have to do it in a polite way, in a respectful way. So it definitely helps you just in your personal life, too, on communicating with people, for sure.
I feel it can be hard to communicate with people at work. Like, customers can be hard. Everybody's hungry, especially.
Mm-hmm.
And emotional.
And it's late.
And you guys are, like, the only place that's open.
Yeah. Definitely can be a lot of personalities.
Yeah. But, yeah. Thank you so much for coming on.
Of course. Thanks for having me with this pink wall. So cute.
Yeah, it is.
You did so good.
Thank you.
It was great. You were a great interviewer.
Thank you. Thank you. I do have one more minute. I'm sorry.
Sorry, technical difficulties.
Yeah. But yes, I think that was very informative and had some great information. I learned a lot from my guest, and I definitely think that is really great that she can run a business with her partner, and
Yes.
he's successful, and right, all of that stuff.
Yes, all the good stuff. Definitely, it's definitely something that I've learned and something that's different. But I wouldn't have it any other way. It's awesome, and we do a lot of communicating, a lot.
All right. That was great. Thank you so much.
Of course.
I'll see you next time.